told me that if there was a war, which of course we all terribly hoped there might not be, that she would kill herself because she couldn't bear to live and see these two countries tearing each other to pieces, both of which she loved.
What she wants is to be buried in Germany, in Munich, with the Nazi Party badge she has and the photograph of Hitler that he has given her. But poor Unity, she was never very successful at things. She didn't quite kill herself.
Unity survived thanks to the small caliber of her pistol. The bullet lodged in her brain without causing a fatal injury. After 6 weeks in hospital, Unity recovered the power of speech. Despite the ongoing war, Hitler came to visit her. He paid all her medical bills and arranged for her safe passage home.
When our cameramen went to meet the cross-channel steamer, they found extraordinary precautions being taken. It was the occasion of the arrival from Germany of the daughter of Lord Redesdale, Unity Mitford, friend of Hitler.
Martin Bright's investigation has revealed that when Unity Mitford returned to Britain in 1940, she was not searched, questioned or physically examined by the intelligence services. It is now clear that it was her father's powerful connections that made this possible.
My father went to see the Minister of War and said, if we'd bring her back, this was when they'd had the offer to bring her back, will she be properly treated or will she be said to have had intelligence with the enemy or something? And he promised that she would be. And of course, that promise they kept. I mean, so she just lived with my pal.
Because of her father's intervention, there is no public record of Unity's medical condition at the time. Rumours persist that she secretly gave birth at Hillview Cottage in Wigginton. Birth records examined by Martin Bright suggest the house was indeed a maternity home. And now, just 5 minutes walk away, he's found a new eyewitness.
Can you, hand on heart, tell me that Unity Mitford was definitely here in Wigginton during the war?
Yes. Yes.
Martin Bright is investigating a claim that Unity Mitford gave birth in the village of Wigginton. He's meeting resident Audrey Smith to find out more.
So, Audrey, can you tell me how long you've lived in Wigginton yourself?
Yes, I was born in Wigginton, so now 76 years.
So you've lived here all your life?
All my life, yes.
So, of anyone who knows anything about Wigginton, you are the person. We've come to the right place.
Well, I hope so.
We've come here because we're interested in Hillview Cottage. Can you tell me what that building was for, what that house was for?
When I first knew it was used as a nursing home for, ladies from farms and well-to-do people came there to have their babies.
And who ran it?
Nurse Norton. And she had 2 bedrooms, but she could only take 1 patient at a time.
We have reason to believe that Unity Mitford came to stay there. Do you remember that yourself?
My sister worked with Nurse Norton down there, and she came home one day and she said, there's a lady coming, she's had a nervous breakdown, and she's coming for a rest to Hillview Cottage.
And that lady was?
Was Unity Mitford, and it was very secretive at the time.
And why do you think it was quite so secretive at the time?
I expect it was because she was a friend of Hitler's.
And did you ever yourself go down to...
Oh, yes, I used to go and see all the babies.
And
yeah.
Did you see Unity?
I remember seeing her one day sitting out in a chair. I can just think that she was poorly. I had no idea why. I think she looked old and, really old to my mind.
If I were to put it to you that it has been suggested by Nurse Norton's niece that Unity did come to have a baby. What would you say to that?
Nurse Norton's niece,
Yes.
that she came to have a baby, I would say it was rubbish.
And your sister was absolutely categorical about this?
Yes, yes.
That she came here because she'd had some sort of breakdown?
Yes, she had no baby.
Do you not find it nevertheless a little bit surprising that pretty much everyone else that was staying there had a baby, but she didn't?
No, because I think if someone like Unity Mitford wanted to come somewhere quiet, if she'd had a nervous breakdown, Hillview Cottage would have been a place where she would probably have come.
Now, Audrey Smith, the only living person who remembers Unity Mitford being in Wigington, was absolutely certain that she was there to recover from a nervous breakdown and that there was no pregnancy involved. Now, this might be the most credible version of events, and obviously Unity Mitford had serious problems. She had shot herself in the head. But it's still strange that in no biography, in no archive files, is there any record of her having a breakdown during this time, or indeed, is there any record of her being in Wigington? You have to keep asking yourself, if she spent some time in a maternity home, did Unity Mitford have a baby? The question remains open.
What is certain is that, like all those who became close to the Nazi dictator, Unity's love for Hitler destroyed her life. In 1948, Unity's suicide attempt was finally successful. The bullet, lodged in her brain, became infected, and she died en route to hospital, aged just 33. Unity had spent the last 4 years of her life on Inch Kenneth, a private island owned by the Mitford family off the west coast of Scotland. Now, all that remains is her collection of German phonograph recordings and a lingering question. What was the truth about Unity Mitford and Adolf Hitler? Her family and biographers have always maintained that their relationship remained platonic.
I think Hitler would stroke her hair and say, "Mein armes Kind, my poor child," and pat her arm, and that was about as far as it went. But I think he felt that they were two of a kind in this sense, that to be a full human being, you really have to love somebody properly and commit yourself to love. And neither Hitler nor Unity could do that, and they recognized that in themselves at some very profound and unconscious level. And that's what was the basis of their friendship and their relationship.
It was a full-on obsession. I don't think it was a sexual obsession. I don't think that she had any adult idea of an adult relationship with him. She was extreme, and young women, especially before they've fallen in love, before they've had a full-on emotional and sexual relationship of their own, young women are capable of extreme obsessions. I would be amazed if there was ever a sexual relationship between Unity and Hitler, or if either of them ever wanted one. I really doubt it, but we never know.
On Wednesday, David Starkey's monarchy, how the Windsors evolved through the last century, Boxing Day at 8:30. Followed by the Queen's wedding, the story of the royal marriage to Philip in 1947, and that's at 10. Next, Without a Trace,